Welcome back to AP Biology in under 3 minutes. No time for intros, let's get into it. So to start out with this video about proteins, we need to talk about amino acids, because proteins are built from amino acids. Amino acids are the monomers of proteins that are connected together through covalent bonds that we call peptide bonds. And a chain of these amino acids create polypeptide chains, which ultimately form proteins. A single amino acid looks like this. There is a central carbon atom that is bonded to a hydrogen atom, an amino group, a carboxyl group, and an R side chain. When a peptide bond comes in, it forms between the carboxyl group of one amino acid and the amino group of the next amino acid. Going back to structure, the R group is what makes amino acids unique and different from one another, with 20 different amino acids commonly used to build proteins. And basically, those R groups can have 3 broad chemical properties. They can be hydrophobic or nonpolar, meaning they don't interact favorably with water. They can be hydrophilic or polar, meaning they do interact favorably with water, or they could be ionic, meaning they carry a charge, and also a few special cases. But looking at this in a broad sense, basically the big idea with proteins is that a protein's structure determines its overall function. What will happen is that because each of these R groups in amino acids can be polar or not polar or charged, they will all interact differently and cause the proteins to shape into different structures. And there will be 4 different levels of structure, and we'll use this image to understand it. The primary structure is simply the specific sequence of amino acids in the polypeptide. The secondary structure happens because of hydrogen bonding between atoms in the polypeptide backbone. As you can see, it will create what is known as either an alpha helix, which is a sort of spiral structure, or what is known as a beta pleated sheet, which is just a folded sheet-like structure. The third level here is the tertiary structure. This will be the overall 3-dimensional shape of one polypeptide chain. This will be caused by different interactions of various R groups, such as the following. Hydrogen bonds will be attractions involving polar regions. Hydrophobic interactions are nonpolar R groups that tend to associate away from water. Ionic interactions will be when oppositely charged R groups attract. And disulfate bridges will have strong covalent connections that can form between sulfur-containing groups in the protein. And finally, the last structure here that only some proteins reach is the quaternary structure, where multiple polypeptides interact and assemble together in weird folding ways that look like a whole cluster. All 4 levels of protein structure determine the function of a protein. On the screen now are AP-style questions for this topic. Pause now. I'll put the answers on the screen now. I will see you in Unit 2.